team are actually based in Nigeria and Ethiopia.
Awesome.
Yeah, his name is Stanley Obinde, Toyin Ajatumobi. I want people to recognize these names. I wish they could be here with me, signing and everything, but
soon, next one.
I hope so. That's right.
Great.
Yeah. So I lived in Ethiopia when I was younger, and we used to see a lot of animation back then. But we never saw stories that were inspired by Ethiopian history and things like that. And I craved a lot for that. When I moved to the States, then I started falling in love with comics. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna start getting into these. I'm gonna start publishing that. And here we are.
It's amazing.
So many books later, you know, featured on multiple platforms. And some of them been nominated for awards. So we're here in Awesome Con trying to introduce more people.
So guys, make sure you check out EtanComics.com, where you can find everything about the authors and illustrators and these amazing stories, and hopefully get hooked yourself. Hey guys, here we are with Paulette and Edward talking about their amazing new book series called Flesh of the Blood. Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me all the things.
Well, it's a cross between Lord of the Rings and Frankenstein.
Okay.
So if you think about a world like Lord of the Rings, elves, dwarfs, dragons, magic, queens like myself,
love it.
And then you have the twists and turns of technology and science like you have from Frankenstein.
I mean, what's not to love? So, you're the author?
I am.
How did this come about?
Short story, very short. When I got out of the army, I had PTSD, and my therapist at the time told me to just kind of start working on a journal to try to help me with some therapy and stuff. And I just literally out of that journal, I just started kind of writing. Instead of today, I went out and ate potatoes and you know, went for a run. I started just writing, and it just came from that. The big joke that she always told me was, as well, it's better to kill people on paper than it is in real life. So a lot of orcs die in this too.
Okay.
Taking my frustration.
I love that. Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
But I think that's awesome. Channeling anguish and pain into something so creative and amazing. Who does all your illustrations?
Well, that's I'm kind of one of those people that I grew up in Britain, kind of as a way of like sharing the wealth on the way. It's not one particular artist, because I want to go, you know, between artists that I like. So the first two covers are artists that are in the Northwest, Seattle, Portland. The first three are from that area. The fourth one is, and the fifth and sixth are actually from an artist out of New York. And he does castles and dragons. So if you see his art, it's just bright castles and dragons.
So,
did you meet Chancellor?
I did. Tell me about Chancellor.
Chancellor is actually a character in the book as well.
It's not really the size of this building, but you know, they can't fit him in.
Had to leave it at cost.
Hello. So were you both always interested in science fiction, fantasy?
Yeah.
I'm a historian on the other side. My dad was in the Royal Navy, so he taught me all sorts of history. I mean, literally up until I was 6 years old, I thought World War II was literally between Earth and Mars. Because, you know, I grew up on that old style 70s television.
Wow.
Space 1999, we were literally just out in the middle of space. So it was from that I kind of started loving fantasy.
I love it. So tell us where we can find your book. I see it's also an audiobook. Tell everyone.
It's actually an e-format as well as, you know, the printed version.
Okay.
We're on Amazon. We also have our own website, EAChannon.
EAChannon.
So that's the best place.
So guys, be sure to check out all their books online, also at Barnes & Noble's, Flesh of the Blood. Hey guys, we're here with Terry Huddleston and all of his amazing art. Tell us a little bit about what you do. And
so basically, you know, you're looking at a child of the 60s, you know, art-wise, Andy Warhol, Roy Lichtenstein, pop art, just kind of taking what was known as, you know, pulpy trash bin art and doing something, you know, amazing with it. And nobody's happier than me that pop art and comic book art has gone from being kind of the underdog of art to now it's mainstream everywhere you look. you can't escape, you know, that art style.
And then tell us a little bit about your original stuff.
So yeah, I like the old school Marvel and DC, but when it came down to do my own thing, instead of doing more superhero stuff, I wanted to get more into the mystical side of art. This is something I've always been attracted to since I was a kid. Whenever you're looking through the pictorial Bible, I always like looking at the religious imagery and the pictures. So naturally, when it came down to do my own thing, I decided to go with a custom tarot deck, and the fans are really excited about having a custom tarot deck with colors and people of color in it, and women that are represented in different body types and skin tones too. Because I started off as a young kid from a little town in Michigan watching movies and TV shows with superheroes in them, but I didn't know what a comic book was. And so by the time I found out, later in life there was comic books, it was like, oh, these comic books go with these TV shows, and I'm like, oh no, the comic books came first, the TV shows came second. But you grew up like me, you're watching Wonder Woman, Incredible Hulk, and all that stuff. You don't know that there's another counterpart to it. So that's how I got into the superhero stuff. And then Superman the movie, obviously, loved that movie as a kid. And then art-wise, a friend of mine let me borrow a big chunk of his comic book collection, and that kind of really got me, into comic books.
I love that. Do you do custom artwork?
Yep, all the time. I do custom artwork. I'm pretty much freelance. So when you're an artist, to de-glamify it, I mean, you're just a skilled laborer. Right. You're a plumber, electrician, carpenter, and people need things, and you're the person that can do the thing.
I love it.
And then actually, I tell my apprentice and my younger artists that I'm mentoring that, like, don't overthink it. Like, you're just somebody that's really good at a thing, because that teaches you to get your money in. Like, don't let people, like, you ever meet a plumber and go, hey, you like plumbing, don't you?
Right.
Just plumb my house for free. Like, you would never even think, like, or the flip side, you meet a plumber and he's like, I've only been plumbing for a little bit, I'm a little squeamish. That's how artists are. They're very insecure on both sides. Like, you gotta think of yourself like a person that has a skill set that people need. If they didn't need it, they wouldn't be talking to you. So, that's pretty much how that goes.
Well, guys, make sure you check out Terry Huddleston Art. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram, and we will send his link below. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, we're here with Willie from Next Level Gaming. Tell us a little bit about your company.
So Next Level Gaming is here at AwesomeCon to run tournaments. So we're running Super Smash, Tekken 7, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighters, and we're running them, and we're having a great time. So we've got trophies, we've got championship belts. There'll be 3 championship belts coming out this weekend for Smash. And while we do the tournaments here, we also have a mobile gaming theater that we run, and that runs out through Central Maryland, and it is the best mobile gaming theater in this country. It is insane, and that's just kind of how we started, and here we are doing tournaments at AwesomeCon.
That's awesome. So were you a big gamer growing up? How did you kind of get interested in starting this company?
So funny enough, I was a gamer. I wouldn't say a gamer because gamers are really good at games.
Okay.
I play games for fun, right? I'm not that great at them. However, my son, who was with me when I started the company, we came with this idea about a mobile game truck, and then we started talking about how to expand it into something bigger and better. The idea started because we play Call of Duty all the time.
Okay.
And we're like, what if we could make a giant Call of Duty thing?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of evolved into what it is now.
That's awesome. How long has your company been in business? You said a couple of years? Or?
Not even. We actually launched literally 2 weeks ago makes 1 year.
That's
2 weeks ago makes 1 year that we've been around, and we've had a phenomenal run so far.
And is this your first AwesomeCon?
Second AwesomeCon.
Second AwesomeCon.
Yep, we came to AwesomeCon last year for our first time, and it was a great showing, and we're like, this was awesome, let's go back next year, let's do it bigger, let's do it better. So our plan is to come back every year to AwesomeCon and various other con and expo events, and really grow the tournament scene around various games.
Okay. What is your favorite game to play?
My favorite game is Call of Duty Warzone.
Okay.
I love the game. I'm not great at the game, but I love the game. And eventually I would love to get to a point where we have 30 consoles out here. We have Call of Duty tournaments at AwesomeCon.
Awesome.
But that's going to take some time.
Okay. And Willie,
same thing, Next Level Gaming MD, and I can be reached at nextlevelgamingmd@gmail.com. And the website is www.nextlevelgamingmd.com.
There you go. So guys, make sure you give a like, share, and subscribe to Willie. And thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. Welcome back. Here we are with Al the Geek. Look at all these awesome props. Tell us a little bit about your store, how you make it, what got started. Tell me all the things. I love this, by the way.
So I guess this is like reclaimed childhood, man.
Yeah.
These are things I didn't have as a kid, and a while ago I discovered Nerf guns for the first time in how many years? Went home and Googled it and found this whole subculture where people paint them. I needed a new hobby. I started building and making them. Now, I don't play with them. I like making them.
Okay.
But the problem is when you're about 10 or 15 and your wife looks at you and goes, what are we doing with these?
Yeah.
You figure out what to do. So I opened up an Etsy store. I sell everything I make, and it has just cascaded from there. But basically, everything I make, I take existing things and figure out what will make this look cooler. And that's what I do.
I love that. So basically, what started as a hobby is now a full-time business.
Just about. It's part-time, but it's not reaching full-time, yes.
Okay. I mean, who wouldn't want a refurbished Nerf gun that actually looks like a space or science fiction fantasy weapon?
Also, as you can tell, for some reason, I enjoy big and ridiculous.
Damn. I mean, how awesome. Look at this one, Charles.
And they all work. That's the best part about it.
I love it. And then tell me a little bit about the armor and the masks.
So the armor and the mask, basically a lot of the masks, same thing. I find existing items and figure out, I look at and this looks cool as a base, but then figure out what I can do with it. As you can tell lately, I like putting horns on things and
I like that.
metal mohawks. Shoulder pads, they all actually started from when I was a kid growing up watching wrestling, like most wrestling fans. Loved watching the Legion of Doom and the Road Warriors. And I did my first Awesome Con 3 years ago and realized people dressed up for this. So I thought this is a perfect excuse. I bought my first set of shoulder pads, made them, and now since then, I now sell to cosplayers, Raiders fans, and if you're local, Washington DC Capitals fans as well.
There you go.
How's it going? Yeah, so I'm a busy guy at Halloween, as you can imagine.
I love it.
Thank you.
And so where can we find you online?
So basically, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, it's all Al the Geek, TikTok, Al the Geek, and I have an Etsy store, etsy.com/shop/Al the Geek. I do customs, people ask me questions all the time.
Okay. So be sure to check out Al the Geek and get yourself some awesome gear.
Sci-fi series about beings of pure light that come to Earth when we're still in the caveman status.
Okay.
So they try and teach mankind. One of them decides we're basically not smart enough to learn what they're teaching, so he experiments with us, getting him in trouble with his own people. So as punishment, they take this being, they take away his ability to change into pure light, exile him here on Earth, and force him to stay behind to teach mankind. So they leave him, he stays, and he basically just watches the chaos he creates behind the scenes as a kind of negative influence on our already bad impulses. So we spawn a bunch of different mutant races, we get a bunch of technological advancements as a result of him being here, and eventually the mutants get together to try and find this being to stop the conflicts.
does all my art right now. We're working on the comic. We started working since 2019. We got together. I've been going to Comic-Con since 2017, and people were saying, story sounds cool, but to be honest, I'm not reading 300 pages.
Right.
So that prompted me to find an artist to start illustrating the stories out, and like I said, 2019, we've been going ever since.
I love it. So tell us where we can find your books. Give us your website, all your socials.
You can go and find me directly on my website, ancientillumination.net. You'll find direct links for the books. You can also find me on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, but if you want the signed copies from me, go to my website, because it'll collect all your information. I'll be able to ship that right to you. Facebook, Rod Van Blake. Instagram, at Rod Van Blake, all one word. Twitter, at Kisanaskari, KisonAskari, which basically means stone warrior in Swahili, because that's one of the ancient names.
Guys, make sure you check out Rob and all these amazing books and graphic novels, and we'll see you next time. And there you have it. Everything in the world of entertainment in 20 minutes or less. As always, I'm your host, Morgan Fabulous. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Also, SLS, subscribe, like, and share at the link below.